So the famous team will travel away from home to face the irrelevant team. And this is going to be your preview and expected lineup for Brighton and Hove Albion versus Nottingham Forest. Welcome to FFTV. As you guys already know, I am never wrong when it comes to my football predictions, especially when I'm talking about new players that are going to make it in the game. So when MECARREIRA reached out to me and asked me, with all this profound knowledge you have, why are you not cashing in on it? I had to ask them how. And this is when they introduced me to MECARREIRA. MECARREIRA is a game-changing website where you can invest in players, a bit like you can buy stocks in a stock market. But the beauty of this is it's based on your football knowledge and which players you think are going to make it. So for example, if you think Elliot Anderson at Forest is going to be the next big thing, then you can invest in him now and potentially watch his stock grow. You can buy and sell completely securely and completely safely on their platform with just a click of a button. And the prices of these players will change in real time based on the market demand on them. So make sure you go check MECARREIRA out. And on top of that, if you want to invest in any players that are not there, you can vote for them on the voting system as well, just like you can do with our boy Morgan Gibbs-White. So go sign up to MECARREIRA right now. It's completely free to do. All you need to do is either scan the QR code that's on the screen or click on the link that's pinned in the comments down below and go start making yourself some money on your football knowledge with MECARREIRA.com. So go check out MECARREIRA. I'm making some buck on my football knowledge investment. As I said, scan the QR code or click on the link that's pinned in the comments. Okay, let's jump into this video because there's a lot to talk about. Stick or twist? Should Nuno keep the same team, the same formation, the same tactics, the same style as we did against Liverpool? Or should he twist for a lesser opposition like Brighton? Or should I say an irrelevant opposition like Brighton? They are a good team. They're level on points with Forest. They're undefeated. Is something going to break this weekend? Or does it just end up in a draw? So I want to kick off by going through my expected / predicted team that I think Nuno will go for. But I want to know in the comments down below, would you just stick with what we did at Liverpool because it's worked so well? Or should we start to get a little adventurous? Let me know in the comments down below and let's go and have a look at the team sheet. Okay, so let's break this down and talk about what I think is going to happen against Brighton. There's a couple of things that I think are guaranteed. You could put your mortgage on it. You could set your watch by it. And that's the back four. MMA, Mixed Martial, Milenkovic Arts. That's what our team is. They're just getting ridiculous with that back four. Only conceded 2 goals, not necessarily with those 4, but they kept a clean sheet at Anfield. You do not break up that back 4. They looked so comfortable for me. If you want to switch cells out for Miguel, I'm down for that as well. I still want to see Miguel play. Shout out to Nicky. I think he will do a good job if he does come in. But I don't think we'll see that probably till the Fulham match. The big headache is what's he going to do in midfield. Callum Hudson-Odoi came on, had a huge impact scoring the winning goal. Elanga did as well, bringing the assist. So he is probably going to have to take a couple of players out of this midfield. And my expectation is that he is going to revert back to the 4-2-3-1. Now, what I would do and what I think he's going to do are going to be 2 different things. Personally, I would drop Yates and I would go with Anderson and Ward-Prowse and Dominguez as the 6 and the 8. I'd then put, what do you do with Anderson? What do you do with Anderson? This is good headaches for Nuno. Okay, I'm going to drop Dominguez as well, and I'm going to put Anderson alongside Ward-Prowse. I'm going to go Morgan Gibbs-White in the 10. I'm going to bring Hudson-Odoi on the left-hand side. And I'm going to bring Jota on. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Jota. And I want to see more of it. And I still think I would look at switching out Chris Wood just to see what Taiwo's got. I'm not giving up on Taiwo yet. Sorry, Jessica. But this would be the rough team I go with. Now, there's a couple of players that have been ignored or forgotten about because of the highs of the Liverpool game. And that for me is Sosa. Sosa's another thing we haven't spoken about since the Liverpool match, because he came back late from international duty. He still did travel with the team, but wasn't named in the squad. And I want to see him on the bench and potentially coming on to either replace Sosa or Hudson-Odoi 60, 70 minutes into the game. But I like that balance. Now, some may think, okay, why not put Jota in for Morgan Gibbs-White, put Sosa in on the right side, or Elanga. I don't know. I think Morgan Gibbs-White will be fine in this game. I've got a strong feeling he's going to get the winner. This team is starting to settle down. We've got the back four nailed down. And this is what I like. They always say, what's the old cliche? Build the team from the back. Get the defense solid, build the spine, and then you can build, the little flowery bits around the side. So this is the team I would go with. But you can make an argument for changes. You really could. I mean, the other option, if he wants to lock that midfield down, he could do this. He could go Anderson here on the left-hand side, Ward-Prowse playing in that deep-lying midfield role, and then bring Yates on for extra steel. I mean, probably one of his best games was Brighton away a couple of seasons back. But then that would mean you're dropping Jota and you're again going with this double inverted forwards. It's almost like it's a 4-3-2-1. That's not bad either. Honestly, I'm in a weird position here, guys. You look at all these combos and I can make an argument for or against them. I'm looking at this team thinking there's options. Yes, I still do feel that we're short up front, but I'm not against this team. It could work. It could work. The question is, which way does Nuno want to go with it? And what would you do? I think he'll end up with the 4-2-3-1 because he's got to bring the width into this team. I'll tell you why in a second when we talk about Brighton. But either way, I'm a bit of a happy clapper right now. Okay, before we go on to talk about Brighton, let's talk about the potential injuries. Now, Nuno hasn't released his presser at the time of recording this. We will have a presser reaction video over on Patreon. So if you want to support us on there, the link's in the description. It's completely exclusive video. Shout out to Jay, who's joined as well. So appreciate that. It's £10. It supports us. And ideally, we can get this FFTV stuff going full time. So if you got a spare tenner and you can support us, please kick it across to Patreon and check out the exclusive content. Now, in terms of our injuries, we know Sangare's out for a couple of months. Danilo's still got his long-term injury, and Bolly, I believe, has a calf injury, remembering back to last week. Outside of that, there's been no new injury news updates. So not too bad. 3 players out, but 2 of them are starters for us. In terms of the irrelevant team, Brighton, they have a few doubts. They've got Gruder, whoever the hell he is, he's doubtful. They got Milner, Grandad, he's out until October. You've got Pedro, who I actually quite rate. He's 50-50. I've got a feeling he may start this weekend. Then you got O'Reilly, don't know who he is. And you got March. Well, he's probably out till March. Anyway, so those are their injuries. Now, in terms of the style they play, they tend to go with a 4-2-3-1. Now, do I watch much of Brighton? Obviously not. I mean, who cares about Brighton, right? But there are some players that we need to be wary of. Now, they've got Rutter, the guy from Leeds. He's crap. He'll probably score now because I said it, but I'm just giving my honest opinion. And they spent a lot of money on him. They got Crap as well. He's been scoring goals, new rich vein of form. And for me, Minter, the one they got, I think, from Newcastle, with a bit of PSR partying Newcastle's way, decent, and obviously Matoma. Where I don't rate them is their centre-backs. I just think Dunk's too slow. He's like 100 years old, no pace, nothing there to worry about. And this is why I think if Forest play the 4-2-3-1, match them up, we've got the better pace in the wingers and the better wingers, in my opinion. And that's where we can maybe cash in. I'm feeling confident, but I'm also just a little bit apprehensive about this one. I like to think that we could get 3 points at this. Can you imagine 5 W's in a row? But I'm just in this weird headspace where everything's been going so well over the last few weeks. And that in itself makes me nervous, knowing that Forest are Forest. At some point, something's going to happen and we have to be depressed again. But until that happens, maybe I shouldn't worry about it. So I'm going and predicting a Forest win. We're not scoring many goals and we're not conceding many goals. So logic would dictate if Forest are going to win this one, it should be 1-0, maybe 2-0, something like that. I just have complete faith in this back four. And as long as Nuno starts MMA, then I think we'll do all right. So I'm going 1-0 to Forest. What do you guys reckon? Let me know in the comments down below. And do you get what I mean about that nervous, twitchy, itchy feeling where you got this happiness in you, but you're not used to it? And you just expect some drama to be round the corner at any minute. Let me know. If you haven't already, please don't forget to hit the like button. Subscribe to Forest Fan TV if you are new. Once Nuno's presses out, we'll have the reaction to that over on Patreon. So make sure you go check that out. I'll leave a link for it on the end screen and it's in the description as well. We'll see you then. Come on, you Reds.